Cassie Dorran, and I am the Director of Marketing for the Canadian Angus Association. And we've had a lot of people say that they want help marketing. They want to know how to market their operation. So we thought we would go the Facebook route with this workshop. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a native from Arkansas, so if I throw the term y'all out there, that's where that comes from. And I was a graduate from Oklahoma State University, and there I received 2 degrees in animal science, livestock merchandising, and ag communications. So that's where I get my passion for doing what I do. That is what I studied in school. I have a strong passion for the beef industry, and I am a firm believer in Facebook marketing. So you don't have someone up here that doesn't really believe in what they're teaching. I've seen for myself what it's done for me and for other people. So what's the big deal? Why use Facebook? I just wanted to read some cool statistics I found, or I thought they were cool. 25% of users don't bother with any kind of privacy control. 350 million users suffer from Facebook addiction syndrome, which I'm sure we all have at times. The average user has 130 friends. 85% of women are annoyed by their friends. I think we've probably all used that term before, or defriended someone or blocked them. And then there's all kinds of links out there that aren't related to business, and I'm sure we've all seen those on Facebook too. So again, what's the big deal? 18.5 million Canadians are Facebook users. When you look at Canada compared to other countries, they're actually in the top 10 for Facebook, and for their population, that's pretty significant. We talk about the age here, and I think this is really interesting. The 18 to 24-year-olds, we would expect that to be pretty high for Facebook users. I think it gets really interesting down here, the 35 to 44. These are our busy mothers and our busy fathers, and there's a lot of Facebook users on there that are at that age. But also, these are our bull buyers and our customers that we're going to be selling cattle to. And then you come and you look at the 55 to 64 and even the 65 to 100, and that's quite a bit of a large population there that are on Facebook. My grandparents are on Facebook. I've seen little kids as young as 8 or 10 on Facebook. So we're definitely hitting all ages now, where it used to be Facebook was more the younger generation. And then when you compare women to males, about the same there. So today we're going to talk about driving the traffic, engaging our users, and then measuring our performance. And this might be something that you've never thought about, and I'll teach you how to do that. So how do we get our Facebook to look like this interstate picture? How do we get it full of traffic? And what I mean by traffic is when you're building your business Facebook page, how do you get those likes, and how do you engage your users or your customers to keep following you? And so we're going to look at 4 different scenarios here of how to drive your traffic. We're going to look at online marketing, print and advertisement, Facebook ads, and contests and offers. And we'll just go into those a bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. Online, if you look at Spencer's, which this is the younger generation, Spencer's is in the top 5 in Canada for their Facebook likes. So how does Spencer's do it? How do they drive all these people to their Facebook page for more likes? If you go to Spencer's homepage, the first thing you see is their Join the Party ad. So when people go to their website, they automatically see that, click on it, and instantly like their Facebook page. So your website, that's a really great way to get people to also come to your Facebook page. If they're on your website, if they're interested in your program, and you have that like button, they're pretty apt to go ahead and click on that. And if you look at the Canadian Angus website, we also have the same thing. When you log into our homepage, the Facebook button is right there. So don't forget to put that on your website. A lot of people forget that. Your blog, if you have a blog that your customers follow you on, and you blog about your daily activities. Anything online, make sure you have your Facebook link. Other social media outlets, maybe you're on Twitter, provide a link on there, whatever social media outlets you utilize. Because that's kind of your target audience. If they're on one social media outlet, they're most likely going to be on Facebook. Email signature. It's really easy to set up an email signature, and once you have it, you always have it. And if you'll notice on the Canadian Angus email signature from staff, they're all the same and they contain our social media links at the bottom. E-blast. If your farm or ranch utilizes e-blast, and what I mean by that is massive emails out to your customers. Provide a Facebook link. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. If you have friends that are really engaged on Facebook, make sure you tell them to like your page. So another way to drive that traffic is through print advertisement. And this is the way that I most commonly find that people forget to advertise their Facebook page. So whether it be catalogs, ads, postcards, brochures, or even business cards, don't forget to include your link. These were our business cards for our interns this summer, and especially that age group that we were trying to target with our interns. We wanted to make sure our social media links were on those cards. So anything from ads and, like I said, catalogs, that's an often place that you're going to leave out your social media links. But if you use them with part of your logo signature like this, and you always use it, then you'll never forget it. So Facebook ads. When you log onto your Facebook page, you might notice the little ads that run on the side of it. Have you ever noticed those? These are paid advertisements. Businesses have actually paid to put this in front of their customers. So a lot of times, like I know when I got married, as soon as I switched my status to engaged, everything on the side of my Facebook page was about wedding photographers. So they had found me through their Facebook marketing and through their ad out in front of me. And you'll find that if you're an Angus breeder and you've got that marked as your interest, that your ads might be more ag-related or based on what you do, what you're doing and where you live and what you're interested in. So this might be another way. If you're setting your yearly budget, you think, I'm actually going to put some money into Facebook ads. And let me tell you what it did for us. And when I say us, the Canadian Angus Association. We put $2,000 into our marketing campaign to advertise Facebook. And we went from 600 likes to 3,500 likes in 1 month. And so if you will just set aside even dollars, even cents, it will help drive your traffic, I guarantee it. And so let me explain that a little further. So what you do when you set up an ad, you call Facebook or you get online and you'll say, I'm going to provide 5 cents for every click. So I'm going to set aside $5 for every week for the next month. And 5 cents every time someone clicks on that ad and goes to my Facebook, I'm going to pay Facebook 5 cents. So it's just minor, just pennies to get this advertisement. You'll create 3 to 5 catchy ads. And how many of you saw our Angus ads? Anybody? No? Did you see them? When I was getting my hair done the other day by an ag person, she's not a cattle person, she's a horse girl, I was talking to her about her Facebook marketing, and she remembered our ad popping up on the side of her Facebook. And so it's amazing how many people you will reach, even if they don't click onto your page. Link your ads to your Facebook page, and then add manager insights. And we'll talk more about that in a second. Here's one of the pictures that we used, one of our ads, and we said, Canadian Angus beef is consistently high quality. And the fourth way that I would recommend driving your traffic is through contests and offers. So what kind of deals can I offer? You want to get customers liking your Facebook page. So create contests which encourage followers to share. And what I mean by share, when you look at a picture or a status, it'll say like, comment, and share. And so anytime you can get your current friends or your current likes to share something with their friends, you're creating a bigger audience for your Facebook page. And another idea for contests and offers, they're only good through Facebook followers. So you can post this offer on your website that say you can only get the offer if you like us on Facebook. So for example, say you're selling semen on a bowl. Maybe semen sales are a little slow right now. People aren't really thinking about filling their tanks up yet. And so you do an offer on Facebook that says buy a certain number of semen packages right now by this date and get 25% off. So people are going to start, your traffic is going to build up on your Facebook page because they want to go to your Facebook page and like it so they can get the special offer. So really, the sky is the limit here on what you could offer, whether it be a gift certificate on a purchase or just whatever you want. So that's a really good way to drive traffic. So how are we going to engage our users? The most important thing is to post quality content regularly. So what do I mean by regularly? If you're going to set up a Facebook business page and you're going to post something here at AgriVision and then you're going to wait until calving season, you're not going to engage your followers. You've got to post something at least weekly to keep people coming back to your page. It's just like a website. If you don't update your website for 5 years, is anyone ever going to come to your website? Well, no, they know it's always going to be the same. So you've got to keep posting quality content. So let's talk about quality content. The best way that I have found to get traffic on our Canadian Angus website is through pictures and video. People always are going through their newsfeed. That's where people spend their time on Facebook. And they see a picture or a video and they click on it. They want to see more. But if it's just a status, they're just going to scan right through it on their newsfeed. So anytime you can take a picture, say you get a new calf, take a picture, put it on Facebook and say calving season has started. Or take a video, a snippet of your sale, and say I hope you can attend next year. Anytime you can use those pictures and videos, you'll see your traffic drive right up. Also on the pictures, I love when people tag themselves. So like for our Angus convention, we had a ton of people that tagged themselves. I couldn't tag them because they weren't my friends, but if they'll go on there and tag themselves, then again, all their friends are going to see those pictures and hopefully come and like our page. This is something that I think is kind of neat, especially if there's several people in your operation that are providing Facebook posts, is personally sign your name. So say your husband and your kids are all posting on Facebook. If each one of them signs their name to their status, then your customers, I think, relate to you better and, oh, Bridget put that post on there, whoever it might be. I think it's important to not always sell. If all you do is provide posts that sell, people get tired of that. They want to know about you. They want to know about your operation, and then you can sell them something. The timing, if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you make a post, nobody's going to see it. Nobody else is up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I hear a lot in a lot of workshops that I listen to on Facebook, they ask, when is the best time to post? Well, I have no answer for you on that. There's no best time. 3:15 p.m. is not the best time. You've really got to think about your customers. Trevor, obviously you're going to post based on your time zone, and we're going to post out west based on our time zone. And I think if you think about your customers, if you're focusing on women that are going to be cooking supper, maybe they're scrolling through their newsfeed while they're cooking supper or after they put their kids to bed. And that's how I would think about the timing of your posts. And create events. We also did this for our national convention. We created an event. and our interns actually invited people to that event. So if you have a bull sale or a field day, it's very important to create an event off of your business page. And then it lets you know how many people are going to be there and reminds them when your event is. One more thing on timing. Facebook has a new feature, and it allows you to make a post, but it won't post until a certain time. Has anybody used that feature? We can look at that in a minute, but there's a little clock where you're making your post. And say you are up at 3 in the morning, you can make that post and set it to go off at, say, 8 a.m. So it's a really handy new feature. You could actually make a week's worth of posts just one night, and then those would post as the time came around. It's really neat. Another way to engage your users, ask your friends to share an event. And we talked about that just briefly, but anytime you can get them to share something, you're opening your audience up to way more people. Tell fans to show their approval. So say you make a status update and it says, this bull was champion and this one was reserved, give us a like if you approve. Something like that, so you're getting more likes and more traffic. Post a video and say, click like on the video if you like it, or something. Maybe that's a little corny, but anyway, you can get someone to like it. Tag others when you can. Also, you could just say tag yourself. I've done that before. The power of the news feed, and we touched on that a little bit, but that's where people spend over 75% of their time on Facebook, is in their news feed. So it's very important that things are small and catchy and concise and full of pictures and videos so they actually click on it. Catchy profile and cover photos. Now with the new option with the big picture you have at top, it's really important that you make this catchy when people actually come to your landing page. And then about information. When you click on Canadian Angus, we don't have our place there, but we've got our address and our phone number and what time we're open, and our mission statement and our websites. This is very important because people use Facebook now like websites. And so it's important, since you've got your page, to go ahead and have everything on there. All right, I want to focus here because this might be where some of our weakness lies. Measure your performance. Did you know you can measure your performance with a business Facebook page? This isn't something we can do with our profile Facebooks, but it is with a business page. And I guess we'll go back here. When you open up your business page, you will just see this little spot, and it's called Insights. And see, we've got this little graph here, and if you like statistics, you'll just love this. So we click on our graph, and it's going to bring us to a whole new page that no one else can see, only the person that's privileged to run the account. Now on here, we can follow everyone that's ever been on our Facebook page. Most impressively, I think you see on the Canadian Angus Facebook business page, our Friends of Fans is almost 2 million people. So we're reaching 2 million people with our Facebook page, which I think is quite impressive when you think about this being a free means of marketing. We can see how many likes we have, how many people we're reaching, how many people are talking about us. And then when you get down here, I think it becomes really interesting to see every post we've made, how many people are engaged in our Facebook page. And that's what I was saying here. Once you make some posts and you think, when is the prime time for me to post? If you will follow this, you can figure out your prime time for your customers that are following you. And I think this is a really neat thing that Facebook offers. So again, you can see fans, engaged users, how much interaction you're having, the popularity. If you say, did people like pictures of these new calves we posted, or did people like pictures of our sale bulls we posted, you can figure out if they like those posts or not. Again, word of mouth. If people are walking up to you and say, I saw you post that on Facebook, then you're probably doing a good job with your Facebook page. So word of mouth can give you a little bit of insight to how that's working out for you. Feedback on promotions. If you offer some kind of promotion, say you put an ad and it says something about liking us on Facebook and you generate lots more ads, you're measuring your performance. And just monitoring your incoming traffic. So I just wanted to conclude by saying 20 years ago, when we made this sign, most of us would have thought cool, but now this is the common sign for Facebook. And Facebook is all around us. I know when I flew here, I was on WestJet, and WestJet had a little ad in front of me with a thing for their Facebook page. Wherever you are, it seems there's always a like us on Facebook. And so as our marketing changes, I think we need to focus on something that's free and something we can all do.